Hello, welcome to this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Tuesday, August 12th, Major League Baseball slate. If you're new to our show, first of all, welcome. Secondly, we do fade or follow 4 teams in Major League Baseball. That's where we will put our bets. But we will give you bets throughout the entire lineup as there is a full lineup of games here for Tuesday the 12th. Also, if you're new to our show, we are sponsored to you by Outlier, the world's foremost number one sports betting app out there. Not only can you take multiple books and have them in one spot, or you can have all your bets located so you can get the best odds for yourself. Not only that, they're going to give you hits rates, trends, all kinds of great stuff for all the major sports out there. Outlier the app. Make sure you check it out. 7-day free trial in the comments section of this episode here. Another fantastic way. If you like doing the research yourself, Outlier is a fantastic place to do it. All right, let's get started. We've got a full slate of baseball, no question about it. And once again, a lot of teams very, how do I put this? Not putting things together might be the best way to put it, unless you're the Milwaukee Brewers. Let's give it up for the Brewhahas. Let's give it up for the Brewers. They have been fan-freaking-tastic. Man, how do they keep doing it, right? Brewhahas have won 10 straight, 6.5 game lead now over those stinking Chicago Cubs because they went 5-5 in their last 10. Cincinnati's went 5-5 their last 10. They got a 6.5 game lead over the Cubs, 13 over the Reds. They are hot. 30 games over 500. First game to 70 wins, already at 74 wins. They're at 74 wins, by the way, and nobody else at 70. Detroit at 69. Toronto 69. Phillies 69. Those Dodgers, by the way, that were supposed to be a 105-win team this year, they're getting real close to cashing that under ticket on 104.5 with 51 losses on the season already. We just need 58. 7 more losses. We can cash that ticket. We're going to cash that thing in August. That's how well under their projections they are. Woo! I thought 104.5 was too much. We went over that in the preseason show. It's definitely coming into play. Let's get started with the game, shall we? Let's get into some fun. Let's do it. Mariners and Orioles to start off the day. So we're in this one because it is the O's. Congratulations. The baseball decided to finally schedule the Mariners on the road. It seems like the first time in months that they've been on the road. They're playing the Orioles in this one. Mariners also hot. They've won 7 in a row, 9 out of their last 10. They're hot as well. They've been pitching well, hitting well, everything else. Now, I will give the Orioles this. They have hit the ball pretty well, except for Sunday's game. They had Monday off. Kirby versus Kramer here. Kirby's pitched really well pretty well as of late. Kramer's been giving up. He had, I think, one start where he gave up 1 or 2 runs, but most of his starts have been 4 or 5 here as of late. This should be a Mariners route is where we're anticipating here with Kirby on the mound. The way they're starting to hit the ball, Julio Rodriguez has really picked it up. Let's give you all the bets here as we have a boatload of them. Mariners money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Mariners over 4.5 team total. That is getting very juicy very quickly. So if you want over 4.5 there for the Mariners, you need to hop on this. Don't wait till closer to game time. You need to get on this damn thing now. Next game, rest of the plays. Julio Rodriguez is one of the batters, if we can get the damn computer to work. Randy Arozarena and Kyle Riley, 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases. George Kirby, I will tell you this, under 18.5 outs. If you can find it, you need to smack it. That he has not hit that, and I think 15 out of the last 16 starts. He's probably going to get you 17, 18, but going into that 7th inning is a different animal. Even if they get a big lead, they might sit him early. If the game, I mean, even if he gets his pitch count up just an iota, he's going under that anyway. He'll barely get through 6. So under 18.5 outs for Kirby. Also, one more Kirby play, 6+ strikeouts. I believe he's hit this number 6 out of his last 7 road starts. So well worth some action there on that one there as well. Next game up, we've got the Marlins and the Guardians. Marlins with Junk, Allen for the Guards. Guards back at home. They're barely a favorite in this game. Like, seriously? Okay, I'm kind of shocked. They've won 8 out of their last 10. The Marlins, on the other hand, are 4-6 their last 10, lost 3 in a row. I understand Junk's pitched pretty well, but do we really think that the Marlins can keep up with the Guards here? Guardians money line, first 5 innings. Guardians money line for the game. Guardians, hell, I'll play them on the run line, -1.5. Let's rock. Let's get this thing going, get a little plus money in the action. Next game up, 6:40 Eastern time frame. Rangers, Suarez, and Brady Singer and the Reds. So we were correct on one side of the game. We definitely thought an under rather than playing a side was the way to play the game on Monday. Came through 4-1 final. We thought the Reds maybe had a little bit better chance there, but no, the Phillies, they've been playing good ball, but they're still not scoring a lot of runs. Rangers Suarez, though, can give up some runs, but the Reds do struggle with lefties occasionally, no question. They didn't hit Walker real well either, which is kind of a concern. They haven't been scoring a boatload of runs here. I tell you what, we're going back to the under here. Even though Singer's on the mound, he pitched well in his last time out. Total's at 9. Play under 9.5. Under 5 first 5. Under 9.5 for the game. We're going to slightly, and I'm talking slightly, lean to the Phillies here. I don't really like the side as much as I like this under here. The Phillies haven't scored a buttload of runs on the road. And like I said, for some reason, the Reds are struggling to score. The offense is definitely the strength of this team, but they have not been putting up monster numbers like they can be for sure. Next game up, Twins, Yankees, Carlos Rodon. And no starter announced yet for the Twins. So the Yankees did what we thought they did. We thought they'd win the game. I honestly thought more runs were going to be scored in that game. They hit Zerby Matthews. Over 4.5 hits was one of our favorite plays yesterday. They got to 6 on Zerby. I don't know if it really matters much. Who the hell pitches for the Twins? I expect Rodon to pitch better than he has been pitching. The problem is the Yankees are a $2.20 favorite, which is way too much to play on a Yankees team. By the way, Giancarlo Stanton is hot right now, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Again, Jazz Chisholm scored another run. That's like 7 or 8 games now in a row. Jazz Chisholm, 1+ run scored. A couple good props for you in that one. And to be really honest, like the over again, like I said, didn't come in yesterday. A lot of the Twins games have been over because the pitching wise, they can't throw it out there. So to stay away from the big juice on the Yankees, you can play 1.5 for the game, -0.5 from 5. That total's at 9. Bring it down to 8.5. Play over again. I think it's a good play in this one. And like I said, Chisholm for 1+ run. Giancarlo Stanton over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Those have been cashing at extremely good rates here as of late. Next game up, Cubs, Blue Jays in Toronto, 7:07 Eastern time frame. Brent Brown, Jose Berrios. So what do we do in this game? I mean, the Cubs have been so inconsistent lately, it is hard to say what the hell they're going to do. The Blue Jays, coming off that monster road trip in Colorado, they were fantastic. Then they go to L.A. and lay turds, to put it mildly. Cubs right now are in a struggle fest. They've actually pitched better than I thought, but they keep losing games because they're scoring 2 runs. It's not going to get the ball run. PCA has been struggling. Kyle Tucker's been struggling, normally against lefties, but Tucker hasn't hit the ball well since the end of May. PCA's been struggling maybe a little bit since the All-Star break, but PCA was hotter than a firecracker going in. Now, he did get to 30 30 stolen bases, but he was at 27 home runs before the All-Star break. He's still sitting at 27 a month later. That's one of the reasons there. There's a couple of them. Michael Busch is cooled off extremely. When Swanson's your hottest guy in the lineup, you know you're in trouble if you're a Cubs fan. And, of course, we are, so we know we're in trouble. So let's get to the gravy here as the Blue Jays are barely a favorite at home, total at 9. Blue Jays money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Blue Jays over 4.5 team total. Blue Jays money line, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. And we've got pretty normal guys here. Guerrero and Bichette, home run double over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases and 3+ total bases for both of those guys. PCA under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. PCA under 1.5 total bases. Kyle Tucker under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Kyle Tucker under 1.5 total bases. Next game up, Braves and the Mets. Spencer Strider on the mound for the Braves and Clay Holmes for the Mets. Strider, I know, has not been Spencer Strider of old, but the Braves are a dog, and they've won their last 3. The Mets have lost 7 straight. Okay, so I'm not a Braves believer whatsoever. All right, I haven't been this whole season, and it's been extremely profitable fading the Braves as many times as possible. But we're on them today. Braves plus 0.5 run front 5. We're going to ride that losing streak out. Braves plus 1.5. If you want to sprinkle money line, I'm there with you. But we're going to ride that losing streak out for the Mets. They cannot get out of their own way right now. It is bad, bad stuff for the Mets. They're going to be looking to salvage a wild card at this point here. So they've fallen now 6 games back of the Phillies, and they are holding on to that third wild card spot. 2 games ahead of Cincinnati, 3 against the Cardinals, and 4.5 against the Giants. 2 of those 3 teams, by the way, traded away a lot at the bullpen because they didn't think they have a chance. Now all of a sudden they're in the middle of the mix again. What has happened to the New York Mets? It's been god-awful and ugly. I apologize to all Mets fans out there. There are some big-time true Mets fans out there that do not deserve what this team is putting them through. That is for damn sure. It is time for Lindor, Soto, and Alonso, and these guys that make well over $100 million between the 3 of them per season to actually show up and put some freaking runs on the board. Next game up, Royals and the Nationals. So we told you Royals in game 1, over 4.5 team total. Both of those came in. The Nats did score some runs. Royals win 7-4. They're a bigger favorite today, but Walker has been special. Walker has not allowed more than 2 runs in a start since the start of July. It's been over a month, and he's been consistently putting up innings with only 1 run allowed. He has really kept this Royals offense that has struggled at times to stay in games. Miguel Garcia, we mentioned, did go over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. That was one of our favorite plays yesterday. Kyle Isbell, we did have for a home run yesterday. You can check it out. I was on the Discord. Plus 1550. That did come in. Thank you, Kyle Isbell. We appreciate you. Anybody, plus 1550. Most guys can't hit a parlay with that good plus odds. All right, so this game here with the Royals. Pretty easy synopsis here. Royals have been decent. Nationals have been god-awful. Royals money line -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Royals over 4.5 team total. Royals -0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Garcia and Bobby Witt. Home run double over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases. Michael Wacha under 2.5 earned runs. Michael Wacha, 5+ strikeouts. Parker under 3.5 strikeouts. Parker over 2.5 earned runs, and Parker over 5.5 hits. So, like you see, a lot of fade in the Nationals in that one, right? Right. Next game up, Pirates and the Brewhahas. Is this the day the Brewers win streak comes to a halt? 10 games in a row. Now you're at home. You got to face the Pirates, but the problem is Paul Skeens. Whoa. Freddie Peralta on the other side, though. That's the good news for the Brouhahas. They've got a pitcher that can keep pace. The problem for Paul Skeens is he's not going to pitch 9 innings. That's the problem for Skeens, and it typically is. So, total in this game's at 7. Under 3.5 total runs, first 5 innings. This is time to get your mortgage out, and let's go to work. This is make your money. Peralta is going to hold down the Pirates. We know Skeens is probably going to hold down the Brouhahas, whose offense has been tremendous. The Brewers have been good at coming from behind in games as well. They haven't been going out and like getting 3 runs early and just cruising to wins. They've been behind in a lot of these games in this 10-game win streak. And they've come back to win them. Like the Brewers to finish this thing off, but I wouldn't play in first 5, that's for sure. This game to me smells live, and more live betting. Watch this game early. Watch this total come down. Maybe it's 3.5 by the time it gets to 5 innings for the whole damn game, let alone the front 5. It's a game I want to play live here. I'm going to slightly lean to the Brewers, not by much. Do like Paul Skeens in this one. I think Skeens pitches well. I think Peralta pitches well. Under 7 is also a great possibility. My only concern in this game for the under 7 is the Pirates bullpen going to give up 7 by themselves? I honestly think Brewers have a great chance to win this game 4-0. So 3.5 team total, I think, does come into play. Not something we're in love with for the Brouhahas. But I think they keep the win streak going to 11. But Paul Skeens is not the reason they get to 11. It's that Pirates bullpen that causes the demise. Next game up, Tigers and the White Sox. Flaherty and against no-name pitcher yet. We tried to tell you in game 1, we like the Tigers to win, but we thought the better play was the White Sox plus 1.5. What'd the game finish at? 2-1? Yeah, White Sox plus 1.5. There we go. Tigers won, White Sox. Low-scoring game. With Flaherty on the mound here, I don't know if it's going to be quite as low-scoring as 2-1, but I will say this. White Sox plus 1.5 again is barely minus money. So I think, honestly, you got to go back to it. White Sox plus 0.5 run first 5. White Sox plus 1.5 for the game. If the Tigers are not going to score 5+ runs, the problem is they bring every other team into a game where they should dominate. This is the issue with the Tigers. Except for the bullpen, they've got pretty damn good starting pitching. Paddock pitched well yesterday. I think Flaherty pitches pretty well here as well. The problem is they're not scoring enough runs. At the trade deadline, they had to go get starters because they lost a couple. I understand what they were doing. The problem is they avoided the 2 issues that they had all first half, which is they needed one more right-handed power bat, or an average bat would work as well. I'm talking batting average, not average home run pop. Or they needed to go get relief pitching. They didn't go get either. Javier Baez has fallen off, which, let's be honest, Javi Baez's closest year to being an MVP, he fell off the last 2 months of the season as well. He was runaway front runner until the last 2 months, until August and September when he was with the Cubs. It just does not – he cannot put it together for a full 6 months. He can't. It's not his fault. It's the Tigers' fault for paying him 6 years, $150 million, right? It's not Javi's fault. They shouldn't have signed him for that. You could have got him for less. You could have signed him to a 4-year deal for $100 million. It was probably his best offer still on the table. And then you could have been out of that miserable-ass contract and went and spent some money elsewhere. White Sox plus 0.5 first 5. White Sox plus 1.5 for the game. Next game up, Freeland and the Rockies going to St. Louis and Liberatore here, 7:45 Eastern time. Totals at 8.5. I'll be really honest. I thought game 1 was complete horse crap. The Cardinals did not score. They had plenty, they should have just put up 6 or 7 against the Rockies, for Christ's sake. How hard is it? It's not. Like, every team does it. The Blue Jays average like almost 20 runs a game against them. How hard is it for the Cardinals to figure out how to score some freaking runs? The problem is they don't hit a ton of homers. Used to be not a problem for the Cardinals. Now all of a sudden it seems to be a problem. They don't hit a ton of homers, so they don't score a lot of runs. 2 left-handers going here. The Cardinals don't hit left-handers well. I'll be really honest here. I like the Rocks, and I think you can get them at plus 2.5 pretty decently, plus 1.5 the first 5. Libator is not good. Freeland's not that great either, but Freeland gives up what? A lot of home run balls. Typically, the Cardinals can't hit him, so he should be able to keep the ball in the ballpark, which means the Cardinals aren't going to score much. So Rockies plus 1.5 first 5 innings. Rockies plus 2.5 for the game, and maybe under 8.5. This game could go over because the Rockies could get involved and score 5 or 6 in this one. Wouldn't surprise me if Libator on the mound. Next game up, Diamondbacks, Rangers. So I'm going to admit on this one, our ass got real lucky with the Rangers on Monday. They come back, win 7-6. Thank God for that Diamondbacks horrible-ass bullpen, because the Diamondbacks dominated 7+ innings of this game. But once again, the bullpen comes back to bite them in the rear end, as it has all season long. It's been the Rangers' default as well, but 7-6 comeback win for the Rangers. We told you Rangers is one of our favorite money lines. The Red Sox didn't come through, and the Dodgers didn't come through. The Brewers did, so, at least one of them frickin' won, or, you know what I mean? Or 2 of them, I guess, if you include the brouhahas and that. But with all the craziness that was going on Monday, at least they did come back and cover our rear end on that one. Rangers are the better team here, but we've got Leiter and DeScalfani. They should crush DeScalfani in this one. They better. They need to. Rangers have got to get this thing. Josh Jung, if you can get him over a half hit run RBI again. Rowdy Tellez, we told you yesterday, 1+ hit over a half hit run RBI, 1+ total base was going to be nothing but winners. Guess what? He parked a home run. It's nothing but winners. We did have a lot of wins in that Rangers game. The only thing failing us was really Ketel Marte, 2+ total bases. Corbin Carroll scored a run. Tellez did his deal. We had winners up and down the lineup in that game. Evaldi was disappointing. Well, I don't think you're going to see that too often from Evaldi, but that one was. Give us the Rangers money line here. Rangers money line first 5, and Rangers over their team total as well. Next game up, Red Sox and the Astros. Spaghetti Arrighetti versus Dustin May. So congrats to the Astros for stepping up at home. Correa, good game. Altuve, decent game. They had some things going on there. Spaghetti Arrighetti, how good is he going to be at home? We hope pretty good. I think the Astros are going to pull this one out here, to be really honest. I was a little surprised at him against Crochet. My other thing here is we all know that the Red Sox don't hit right-handers that great in Spaghetti Arrighetti. And does anybody trust Dustin May as far as you can bowl him? We don't here either. I mean, it's been pretty obvious all season. Astros are barely a favorite here. Astros money line first 5. Astros over their team total, I think, are all excellent plays here in this game. Next game up, let's get to the Dodgers. Let's get to the Angels at 9:38 Eastern time. Congrats to the Angels for getting a win. Yamamoto should just – I don't know what to tell you. It was the day the good pitchers got shelled. Crochet got shelled. Yamamoto got shelled. Evaldi got shelled. Logan Webb got taken advantage of in the 7th inning after pitching 6 brilliant innings. It was one of those days. All the good pitchers got beat up. It doesn't happen that often, but it does happen. Nestor Cortez and Emmett Sheehan, and Medros. I watch baseball daily, folks, and I can't tell you about Medros. I wish I could. I'd be even smarter. So let's go do a little investigation while we're looking here and going over the show. Medros, 4.5 ERA is the first thing we're looking at. And let's see how many whopping innings Mr. Medros has. Oh, a whole 4. Okay, that makes sense, right? Let's see, round 6 pick in 2022 out of Oklahoma State. He pitched 2 games for 4 innings. So it's a bullpen game, 1 inning, no runs against the Rangers. That was in the start of July, and he didn't pitch before that since April, where he had 3 innings, 2 runs. So a lot of big data points there for the Angels. I'm going to tell you right now, there are games where your offense should carry you. This is a game where the Dodgers need to carry this team. Emmett Sheehan is going to give up some runs. He does every freaking start. He's a young kid. He's got a fantastic fastball. The rest of the pitches quite aren't there yet. Total in this game, 9.5. Dodgers are a big favorite. Can't play Sheehan really at $1.76. So over 9.5 is where we're attacking. Over 2.5 the first 3, 4.5 first 5, 7.5 first 7. Angels over 3.5 team total. Dodgers over 4.5 team total. Ohtani, Muncy, and Freeman. Ohtani and Muncy did well for us yesterday. Freeman, not so much. Also throw Mr. Trout into the mix. I can't believe we can still bet on Trout, and it's in August. Is everybody else excited about this? I know Trout's not in his prime anymore, but we haven't been able to bet Trout in August since I can't tell you remember when. It's been crazy. All 4 batters, same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases. Next game up. Let's get to the Giants and the Padres since I basically gave the starting pitchers away in the last one. Nestor Cortez, Robbie Ray. So the game went under, like we told you, it would go under 7, 4-1 win for the Pods. They took advantage of Logan Webb in the 7th. I know his pitch count wasn't up there, but can they just let Logan Webb pitch 6 innings one time, even if his pitch count is down? And I don't know, like bring the bullpen in? Is it like, why give it one more time through the lineup? But they did. End of story, game over. It is what it is. The Giants, do they really give a shit about winning? They wouldn't have made the trades at the deadline if they thought they were going to be competitive. Rafael Devers really hasn't done much since being there. Thank you, ESPN, for telling everybody he would have had 45 home runs by being a Giant the whole season. That was a lie. Way to contribute to the lies on that one. Normally like ESPN, but that one, when he got traded on that Sunday in Sunday Night Baseball, was like, look at all these home runs he'd have if he didn't have the green monster there. Yeah, that was full of crap on that one. You can't include the road home runs that they all of a sudden have a green monster as well, ESPN. Way to slant the stats to make your story. Do like the Giants in this one. This is probably going to be another low-scoring game, to be really honest. 4-3, probably Giants win here. If you want to take +1.5, it's pretty juicy for the Padres here. But Giants money line front 5, Giants money line for the game. And don't ask me about Robbie Ray strikeouts. I'm going to tell you every time a pitcher faces the Padres, play the under on the Ks. They do not strike out much. They hit a lot of ground balls. They don't strike out much. They'll hit a lot of double plays. Don't strike out much in that one there. Next game up and the final game on the board, Tampa Bay Rays and the A's. So all those games under in a row, and then all of a sudden they break the streak last night as it goes over the 10 barely, but still went over. We got Tampa Bay with a big win over the A's here. The A's once again struggle as a favorite. Nothing ceases to amaze me there. Therefore, with Shane Baz and Mr. Lopez. And guess what? The A's are a little bit of favorite on the money line. They're a dog on the run line. So Tampa Bay, we're going to pick to win in this one because the A's can't figure out how to win when they're a money line favorite. They just can't. I can't tell you how many times we've had to play A's money line because they're a favorite. We thought that was the way to play it, and they fell on their face. They did it again. There is multiple things going on here for the A's. The offense is inconsistent. The pitching hasn't been good all season. That's nothing new. But this offense has a lot of young talent in it, and unfortunately, it's just not ready yet. Obviously, Soderstrom, another big day. Kurtz is a stud. Rooker's solid as all get out. They miss Wilson. Butler's a little inconsistent at the top of that lineup. They're going to be, like I said, 2028 when they open in Vegas, I think is a different story. The 25 A's, the 26 A's, and the 27 A's are still going to be figuring out, I think, how to do things as they try to continually add pitching. So, like I said, Rays front 5, Rays money line front 5, money line for the game. Boz has pitched. He has had his moments where he's been good, but he's had a lot more moments when he's been bad. Just like a lot of things, inconsistency has been Boz's season, but we think he has a good game here on Tuesday night. All right, that's the full slate of MLB games. A couple of things for you. Like we said at the start of our show brought to you by Outlier, the world's premium sports betting app. They're out on the market. Not only can you get all your bets from all the books in one place by syncing those up, you can also get great bets as well. It'll help you find your next bet. It'll give you trends, what's going on, hit rate. If you're looking for a hit rate on something, is this bet hitting for so long? You can find all kinds of different odds. You can shape it to where it's just plus money bets. You can shape it to where it's up to minus 5,000. You can shape it at minus 200 to a minus 100 bets if you want something in that effect. Outliers where it's at. 7-day free trial in the comments section by just clicking the link. Once you go in the comments section here on this YouTube show, you're going to get 7 days, no charge. You can't beat it. If you like doing the research yourself, first of all, you're going to learn more about sports wagering by being in there. But secondly, it's going to help you make money as well. You can get their 7-day free trial in the comment section. Private Discord channel available for all of you out there as well. Yes, it's $50 per month. You can tell the people that are, you can ask the people that are on there, is it worth the dollars? Absolutely. So not only do you get baseball, people ask all the time. NFL football, yes. College football, yes. By the way, we got college football in, a week from Saturday? Or is that correct? Yeah, I think so. Right around there. Yeah, a week from Saturday is week 0. We got NFL less than 4 weeks away. You're going to get college basketball? Yes. NBA basketball? Yes. Formula One? Yes. Golf? Yes. WNBA, we didn't play the Valkyries game on Monday. We will have some plays for just for the Discord on Tuesday, as we don't put out the Formula One golf or the WNBA for a show. We will put out college basketball. We would put out NBA basketball, NFL, and college football. But we do not, those other sports, we keep just for the Discord. Not only that, we do put out some fun parlays every day. Not anything we're going to go, we think is going to hit at 100%, folks. We don't. Nobody does. If they tell you they hit at 100%, first of all, turn them off. Nobody's ever hit 100% ever. And to be really honest, if I was hitting 100%, I wouldn't share it. Why would I? I'd have so much money coming from the sports books on that. I wouldn't need to share them. I just play on my own, save myself 8 hours a day, right? Getting the shows done. If we consistently make money every season in every sport we play in. Formula One has been a monster for us this season. Baseball's been good. WNBA's been good. Football and basketball have been really good over the years. It's what we do is make money now. And not only making money educationally wise, if you want to learn more about sports betting, great place to learn. The next thing as well is if you like talking sports with a bunch of people, like why the games are going on or before the games or even after the games, the Discord channel has a chat section or a general section where all that's going on as well. There's a bunch of people on there talking about what they're betting as well. Plus, you're going to get a couple different cappers. And this is for all the cappers out there. The cappers that are in there, besides myself, do pay money. So keep that in mind. I don't advertise on your show. If you want to get in the Discord, you got to pay like everybody else does. Nothing personal. I can't do it for free. I wish we could. It's just way too much work. It's not because I'm trying to sit here and build $1 million business off a $50 a month Discord when I see guys charging $1,000 for a weekend worth of picks and people are paying it. This is $50 a month. You're going to get multiple sports. So many bets yesterday was coming out of your wazoo, and all we did was baseball, and we had probably, I think, well over 100 different plays in there. So if you're wagering over a couple hundred per month, this is the best 50 you're going to spend. You spend $50 going out for lunch these days one time. This is for 1 month and a month's worth of entertainment. Consider it like your next Netflix bill or something to that effect to get on the Discord. Also, we will be on TikTok a little bit later. We'll also be on live tomorrow around noon Eastern time is the plan. We'll be on live on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch, so feel free to watch us on any of those channels as well. And we'll go over what everybody likes as we get going. It's like 9 o'clock out here Pacific time. We'll go over what everybody, what we're liking, what everybody else is liking, what we think about those. The live shows are excellent time. So whether you catch us on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch, we try to answer every possible question that we can that is appropriate. We will put it that way, as there tends to always be a person or two who always wants to drop some funky line in there. If it's appropriate for the channel, we're going to answer it. If we're wrong, we're going to apologize ahead of time. I'll own any mistake I made. To be really honest, I don't know if I handicap a game incorrectly or if the damn teams and players just don't agree, but it's a lot of fun, folks. If you like sports wagering, the live shows are a great place to be. The Discord's a great place to be. If you want to do a lot of research yourself, Outlier's a fantastic place to be. And you should be following our show every day, if not just to have a little bit of fun. Just make sure you hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, turn on the notifications, and you get a notification sent to your phone or device when we drop a new episode like this one. Appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.